Welcome to the Knowledge Gumbo Podcast. I'm Alicia Thomas. This is a space where we share the stories and the wisdom of Black women who shaped the world we're still working to build. Each week consists of sharing one quote, a little context, and an honest reflection, followed by a question you can carry with you. Let's get into today's quote. Our goals were to bring about a set of standards for a clinical oncology specialty to enlarge the area of knowledge in the field and to ensure vital information was readily available and disseminated. Dr. Jane Cooke Wright. Dr. Jane Cooke Wright was born in 1919 into a family of healers. Her grandfather had graduated from medical school after being born into slavery. Her father, Dr. Lewis Tompkins Wright, was one of the first Black graduates of Harvard Medical School. In 1949, Jane joined him at the Harlem Hospital Cancer Research Foundation. And together they began testing drug combinations on cancer cells at a time when most physicians believed chemotherapy was a waste of effort. When her father died in 1952, she took over the foundation at 33 years old. By 1964, she sat as the only woman and the only Black physician among the 7 founders of the American Society of Clinical Oncology. I know this seems like a strange quote for this type of content, but I've been sitting with it, and I've been sitting with the 3 things Dr. Wright says her goals were: standards, knowledge, dissemination. That's the architecture of a whole field built in one sentence. She didn't say the goal was to find a cure. She didn't say the goal was to save lives, though obviously that was underneath all of it. She created the infrastructure that would make saving lives possible. To apply this personally, I realized that standards mean being consistent no matter where or the situation. Knowledge, being a lifelong student, because I know when I stop learning, I stop growing. And if I stop acquiring applicable knowledge, I block myself from engaging with wonderful people and great experiences. Dissemination, making sure that what I learn reaches everyone that I come in contact with who needs it. It's not meant to be hoarded and stuck in a file cabinet or stuck in a computer file. It's meant to be shared. Dr. Cooke Wright set these as our goals. She was speaking as, of course, one of the 7 founders, and also speaking as someone who spent her entire career in a system that hoarded medical knowledge, that denied Black patients access to the latest treatments, that left whole communities outside the boundaries of what medicine considered its obligation. When she says readily available and disseminated, I think she's describing a vision both literally and figuratively as shared inheritance. Black women have always been in rooms where medicine happened, as nurses, as patients, as the people doing the unseen labor, but rarely as the ones deciding what questions get asked. Dr. Wright understood that the absence of Black physicians and women from medical leadership wasn't just a representation problem. It was a care problem. When certain communities are not shaping the research, the treatments that reach those communities are more narrow, they're slower, they're less precise. She saw it at Harlem Hospital Black patients arriving with advanced cancers that might have been caught earlier if they had access to the same diagnostic attention white patients received. Her response was not to complain. It was to build the infrastructure that could close it. Her chemotherapy protocols were rigorous enough that they became standard across the entire field, both in the US and across the world. The field she co-founded, clinical oncology, now touches millions of patients every year. The dissemination she named as a founding goal is still unfinished, though. Black Americans are still diagnosed with many cancers at later stages. They're still more likely to die from those cancers. And the standards she helped set are real. The work they were meant to do is still in progress. Take this question with you. Where can you apply the structure of standards, knowledge, and dissemination? That brings us to the end of today's serving of the Knowledge Gumbo Podcast. Thank you for sharing one of your greatest gifts. That is the gift of time. If this quote stirs something for you, like great gumbo, let it simmer and choose to share it. Until next time, take great care of your mind, your body, and your soul.